I read the funniest story in Bob Russell's book, When God Builds the Church. By the way, that's an awesome book if you can get a chance to read it. Anyway, the story goes like this. Years ago, a church was split right down the middle over the use of a piano in a worship service. There was a group who felt that a piano would add to the worship experience if we used it. The other half of the church felt that the piano was a tool of the devil and had no place in the church. Obviously, this was some time long ago. The mood of the church was seriously affected by this issue and this conflict. So one Sunday, the members showed up and there was a brand new piano sitting on the stage. Half of the congregation was so upset that when it was played during the service, they just got up and walked out of the church. The next Sunday, everybody showed up for worship to discover that the piano was gone. The problem was that no one knew where it had gone. It had just disappeared. For months, they looked for the piano and accused each other of thievery. Finally, 6 months later, they found the piano. It had been hidden in the church's baptistry the whole time. When I read that story, I broke up laughing. I've seen churches divided and families divided over things even smaller and less significant than even this example. It is so typical of how we let minor things disrupt our relationships in church or in other arenas of relationships. However, the more I thought about that story, the more the serious side of it kept hitting me in the face. It was hidden in the baptistry for 6 months and nobody saw it. You know what that means? The baptistry had not been used one single time in 6 months. There's a truth here that I want to drive home today. When we allow issues such as this to divide us, we don't do what we're called to do. No one was led to Christ or baptized while the congregation was focused on the piano issue. So many times in our lives, we lose our focus. We forget what we're called to be and called to do. Churches die not so much because of a bad economy or even bad theology, but they die over issues where personalities get divided against each other. We get stubborn and we want our way. We refuse to see the other person's point of view, and we selfishly demand that people do it our way. That's not love. 1 Corinthians 13:5 says, love does not demand its own way. One of the ways the Bible says the world knows that the message of Christ is real is that we, even though we're different, are able to get along with each other. Jesus said in John 17:21, I pray that they will all be one, just as you and I are one, Father, and you are in me. And may they be in us so that the world will believe you sent me. One of the fastest ways to kill a church or a relationship is to bicker and be divisive. Paul said in Galatians 5:15, if you keep on biting and devouring each other, watch out, or you'll be destroyed by each other. Each of us needs to take a good long look into our own hearts to see if we have a spirit of cooperativeness or a get-along spirit or a hard-to-get-along spirit. Don't allow Satan the opportunity to divide you and others over issues that you can be flexible on. Listen to Paul's advice to us in Philippians 2:3-4. He writes, don't be selfish. Don't try to impress others. Be humble, thinking of others as better than yourselves. Don't look out only for your own interests. Take an interest in others too. Here's a great thought to have for the day. They will know we are Christians by our love. And here's a good prayer to pray as we finish this time together. God, help me not to demand my way or to demand that others see everything my way. Help me to be tolerant of others and to seek for a spirit of unity and harmony. God bless you. And I hope you find your piano today.